What's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 31, part 2 of our cross-country kettle hauling series. I'm gonna finish this job up real quick, y'all. That we left on. Just got about 300 miles to go. Getting on my nerves. What's going on, Mario? Good to see you again, my friend. Nope. Slow it down. Awesome, yo. 1,240 miles. Took us 35 hours and 25 minutes in game time. Got $54,042 and gained 2,909 XP. See if they got anything here for us. Convoy disappeared. Let me see. Enjoy to join us if you check out our community Discord. There's some required mods you need as well as all the mods that we run. But you are definitely more than welcome to join us. You just gotta get some of the mods downloaded. We do use some from Left Lane. You just need to watch a YouTube tutorial. It walks you through the entire process just because you have to change some stuff in your config file, such as the standard 8 convoy size to 128, your buffer size from I think 50 to 80. Reggie, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you again. Sorry for the late stream, y'all. I knew we were going later, but I didn't anticipate this late. But I ended up doing some more yard work after we had dinner. Got most of the leaf piles, y'all. We got like 12 bags of leaves out there by the road. I've only got 2 piles to get up, but they're on like the side of the house, so not in the yard. I got all this stuff in the yard and by the walkway, all that. Blew it all down and it is looking good now. I'm very happy with it. I'm guessing you just joined.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Reggie and Candle Lady headed to Honolulu. Man, we had a good time going to that trip. That was a good run. We did that one on what was that, the 12-hour stream? No, we finished it later, but we started it on the 12-hour stream. I remember we went to Jamaica and then over to Honolulu. I got a job. I'm picking up, headed to Washington, Wyoming. It's about 800 miles.
Copy that. Where we started?
Can't remember the name of it. It's one of those added cities. I'm running all types of red lights. It's 38 miles away from where I'm at. Let me see. Should've just stopped at the red light. Cargo. Lander, Wyoming. So it's over here.
Copy that. I stopped there and took a picture by the sign. That's where my brother-in-law is from, and that's where our store owner is actually from, his home bases.
Lander?
Yes, sir.
That is too neat, man. That is awesome.
Yeah, my family, or not my family, my sister and her kids and my brother-in-law, they all just went back there for the 4th of July. They got a lot of cool pictures, man. It's a beautiful country up there.
Oh yeah. Like we talked about, I'd probably pick Wyoming or Montana. You know, if I wasn't so tied to the ocean all the time. I'd go Florida, Louisiana before I went Florida, Alabama.
I don't know, Florida, Kentucky are two that I really, really like.
Yeah, Kentucky's neat. I got to drive through a big portion of Kentucky. A lot of farmland, man. It is awesome.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, I'm only speaking from watching, you know, videos, a lot of it YouTube, driving through those places, or, you know, I like to look up that off-the-grid stuff, and Kentucky's a really great place for something like that.
Oh yeah, man, I could definitely see that. I got sidetracked, but I missed my turn.
Oh no.
It's alright, we made it.
It was a nice ride. Now, make sure you come back and visit me, all right?
No, Roby. should have started with that. You had me doom and gloom for a second because you're like, I don't know if it's. But I'm glad to hear that, man.
Always got to leave the best for last, man.
Right? You got to keep people around, man. You gotta build that anticipation. That's when you know you found a really good show. When they leave you on a cliffhanger and it goes to ad and you do that, oh, come on, you know, that's when you know you're watching something really worthwhile.
That's no joke.
It was awesome too, man. I know I'm just coming out of left field with this, but it's because y'all, backstory, Easy and I've been talking back and forth before we went live here about just doing the yard work tonight. Again, just getting the leaves up. But speaking of that, last night how I was telling y'all on the part 1 of day 31 of our cross country cattle hauling series, it was raining super hard last night, but I'm glad it did, man, because we got the you know, the mulch rinsed off a little. You got room, brother?
I think so. It's close, but I think so. We're good.
But yeah, with the rain, that definitely helped. And so after it rained last night, I wanted to blow the driveway off again, in the walkway in the front porch. I'm very happy with it. I'm excited to see it in the morning because I didn't really get to, you know, get a full look at the final product, but I just kept going over it, man. And every time I'd get all the pile all the way up, I'd get the rake again, sweep up as much as I could, so to speak, or rake up as much as I could, and then rinse and repeat. So I'm excited to see it tomorrow. I could already tell it looked a lot better. But I didn't want those piles sitting on the grass, you know. I'm not trying to hurt it. I'm trying to overseed and get it grown back here pretty quick before it gets cold. That's the benefit I do get in Florida, is that it stays hot for a long time, so I can kind of stretch that out. Most people are like, man, it's about to get cold. What are you talking about? It's like, no, it's not. It's going to be like 90 degrees, man, in November. You know, but that is one perk of it. And I did get to meet John. Well, let me just not name drop. Got to meet some folks tonight, and I talked to them. I was asking him if he knew what type of grass this was, just from, you know, owning other buildings in the area. And so that was cool. Told me he thinks it's St. Augustine, so I'm gonna just double check, and then I'm gonna get some seeds, man. I'm super excited about that. That's when I'll start getting like really over the top, you know what I mean? I'll start doing all that lawn care stuff, like I can't remember the guy I found on TikTok. I know there's so many of them, y'all, but there was this one that I really get a kick out of, because his wife just, you know, is just like, what are you out here doing again? Like one time he was brushing the grass so he could get the dew off of it sooner, so the grass would dry a little bit quicker so he could cut it. But I mean, he's like over the top with it, man. Like he'll get like the stuff golf courses use to get it super thin. He sand levels it a bunch, all that stuff. It's really neat, you know, to see just how far people can take. Because of course you can just leave it and then just, you know, cut it every once in a while. But to see people get, you know, really in depth with it, it's really neat to me, because I haven't met really a lot of people like that, so I'm interested. Like my granddad, he does a wonderful job landscaping and all that stuff. He's built ponds in the backyard, waterfalls, creeks that lead to a waterfall that lead to the pond, all types of cool stuff there. But you know, like with just in my day-to-day experience, outside of that, I haven't had many people that are like, you know what I mean, like super into maintaining their lawn. So I'm excited to dive into that a little deeper.
Oh heck yeah, man! My dad's a yard fanatic, and he's always got like the super green grass. He ain't getting rid of dew off of it or nothing, and he's constantly looking stuff up and trying different things. And I don't know why. I mean, he's had it for years, but he keeps, you know, changing different things. And man, it always stays so nice.
There we go. I'm gonna be talking with you. We're gonna get a group chat and group combos going with your dad. we gotta get this thing figured out, man. You know what I mean? I wanna have it super lush.
There you go. I'm a big fan too, but I don't get as much into it as he does. It's just, I don't know. I don't got the time or the energy, I suppose. I like to fill my free time with video games.
Yeah, and there's also, you know, like doing your research and, you know, following a good practice that's been recommended, and then there's obsession. And I say that because, you know me, whether it be ATS, my fish keeping hobby, that type of stuff, I get very much like that. I want to research all day, all night for weeks on end, learn as much as I can. Like I still got my notebook, man. When I figured out the fish I wanted, I sketched it out. I knew every piece, you know, every part on the fish. I had every medication you could need for a fish, like everything, man. But I get a lot of fun out of that, you know. Like some people, I guess they call it like hyperfixating, but I enjoy doing that type of stuff when it comes to, you know, learning about things that interest you, especially makes it really easy to do that.
Oh yeah, man, that's a hobby. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, my hobbies will just change. That's why my girlfriend will laugh at me, like when I used to, this is way before streaming, but I'd get to playing one video game, right, and then I'd change it up. But for her, she was thinking I was just like abandoning them. But I'm like, oh no, it's just like, it's like seasonal. You know what I mean? You play this one for a little bit, and then you go over to another one for a different vibe. But Skyrim's one I usually come back to yearly, either yearly or bi-yearly. You know, as the years have gone on, that's when the bi-yearly came in. But pretty much every time it starts to get cold outside, I'm like, all right, time for a new mod list. Also, I don't have many people to play farm sim with, and so when as much as I enjoy farm sim, and I'd love to do like, you know, big streams for that, and we will, the only thing for that has been like, you know, because as you know recently, like obviously you and I do convoys a lot, then we had Michael join, you know, Jeremy was joining for a while there, you know, when he had some free time, and so that kind of keeps me here as well. And then just about any time I do a farm sim stream or Red Dead, it's like, hey, when's ATS? But then it's been really cool, like Boiled Tater for instance. It's like, hey man, listen, I love all the games you stream, but hey, when are you gonna be doing some Red Dead? I do want to at least get the ambiance ones going again, because I do want to get back to Red Dead even too, because that game's just so much fun, man. Like even just riding around on the horse, doing some fishing, some hunting, I mean, I could do that for hours on end. Like that's just a blast to me. And in case y'all weren't ever around during those streams, we've taken the Red Dead Redemption 2 story mode very, very slowly. We're still in chapter 2, I believe, and we've got a good bit of hours in there. And we've also been doing some ambiance streams. I shouldn't say we have been, because we haven't in a while, but we were doing some ambiance streams, running at about 12 hours. And I want to start doing that. I'm probably thinking do that either tonight or tomorrow. I may do it tonight. I have to cut it a little shorter, so it may not be a full 12, just because I would like to hop on here at some point, but I do got some things I gotta do tomorrow too as well. My girlfriend's wanting to get some
Go straight up.
more stones and stuff for one of the flower beds on the side of the house. And I may get lucky, and we may go to Lowe's, because our Lowe's has an amazing, and maybe it's like this with all the Lowe's, I don't know, but this particular Lowe's here in the neighboring city, man, it has the best flower selection. Like flowers and plants, I mean. And from what my girlfriend was telling me, she wanted to get the house plants there because they have a particular plant that she's been wanting for a while. And we've even got one of those, what do you call those, man? For plants that are, goodness, now it's gonna leave my mind. I know I'm not doing a good job at all of explaining it. Think of it like a plant nursery type of thing, but you can go there and buy really nice and extravagant plants. I went to one in California years ago and got a super nice plant there, but I can't remember what they're called anymore.
Yeah, we sell like plants and flowers and stuff during summertime in our greenhouse. That is one of the most confusing things to do too. So there's so many different sizes, and they bill them by size, and then you got so many different flowers and so many different vegetables, and then some are perennials, some are annuals, and some are houseplants, some are not. And it gets pretty confusing.
Oh yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, there's nurseries here, but there's another one. There's another name for it, man. And I'll find it one of these days. But yeah, I have a lot of fun with that. And two, having cats, you gotta make sure, and dogs too. You know that. Like whenever you get plants, especially for house plants, make sure it's not poisonous to your fur babies and all that good stuff. And that's made it really easy because I like researching plants and stuff, but that adds another layer to it, right? Like even if you don't want to look up that particular plant, you will anyway in case you're thinking about getting it. Like just I mean that by like if your partner's into that plant but you're not too crazy about it, you know, you still look it up for that reason.
Right, and you brought up a good point about poison plants and stuff, because like when we moved in, between us and the neighbor's fence is a grape plant, or not plant, but grapevine that ran across pretty good, and the grapes and the grape branches are like cyanide to dogs, so we had to tear that all down.
Oh yeah, man. I do not play about that stuff at all. One cool thing though, they had a catnip little plant there, so got that for our boys, and they've been having a blast with it. Yoda will probably demolish it. You know the bamboo plant Alice got me? Yeah, that's gone. He ate that, bro. He got in my office one morning. He propped the door open, and I put a barrier there. Long story short, we move in, and the little... my brain's leaving me, y'all. I've just been out in the sun for most of the day, but whatever. I give up.
You're talking about the catnip plants and bamboo.
Yeah, so that door, you know your little clip, we'll just call it the clip, that keeps your door shut, right? Opens it, you turn the door, it opens, right? So that came out, the spring and everything just popped right out. I tried to put it back, but it was busted. And even the lady on this place, she was like, it's trouble. I could not get these things to work, so I'm just gonna end up replacing it. But for the meantime, I've just propped something in front of my door to keep him from getting in there, because I love him to death. One of the best things that ever happened to me, but he's trouble when it comes to plants and cords and stuff. He's got pica, y'all, if you're familiar with that, but it causes him to bite on things, and he'll chew up a cord, man. Like, I'll never forget, I had these super nice headphones, and that's why I stopped buying nice headphones for a really long time, y'all. Fun fact, I did not buy headphones for almost a whole year just because I was so hurt about it. But he he chewed through that wire, y'all, like it was a wire cutter. Like, I mean, it was clean. Like, I felt like somebody had sabotaged me. I was just, somebody break into my house just to cut my headset? Like, that's how good it was. And so I waited a while, and then I got the HyperX Cloud, and man, I love these things. Because I can't even turn it up all the way. Like I was telling you, I truly could not hear myself talk. And that's why I say I can't hear myself think, because you pretty much can't. You know what I mean? Especially when you got a nice sounding engine and all that. Nope. It was funny, I saw a short, somebody that was streaming ATS, and they were like, streaming and driving on ATS equals disaster, and I just took it as a compliment, because I know we have our moments, but for the most part we do a halfway decent job. I know at the beginning it was a learning curve, my friend, goodness gracious. That was something else. I'd say it's worse than texting and driving, because you're, you know, usually with a text, you're not going to try and read all of that in one go, you know, and do not text and drive. I'm just saying, you know, when you have seen people do it, we all have somebody that has done it around us. But for the stream, you want to read it all. You don't want to leave people hanging for a long time. Yeah, you can definitely tell sometimes on stream when that wheel gets yanked. You know, like it's all nice and smooth, and all of a sudden you just see like the wheel just jerk over on stream. That's usually. I was looking over at chat, especially it's funny when I do, like right now I don't have the webcam on, and so if I'm looking over at something or checking my phone for something to make sure I'm not missing anything before the pop-out chat shows it, you know, that's not, you know, you don't see all that, so it's just like, what is going on with virtual? He all right? You know. They got a McDonald's over here, they got a cafe, everything you need. They got a Domino's, look at this. It's a one-stop street right here, easy.
Well, heck, back here it's even better. You can catch your own fish, cook them up, and check out the mountains or hills or whatever these are. Just enjoy the view.
Hey, we found the dinosaur painting again. Haven't run across this one much. At least I feel like I haven't.
These rock tunnels are awesome.
Man, you are way back there.
Yeah, I caught every stoplight and then behind a bunch of cars again.
10-4, I know how it works. You are all good, my friend. I'll take it easy. Plus it's only 30-mile-an-hour zone right here.
Copy. I'm just kind of enjoying the view and stuff since nothing's glitching or nothing. It's awesome.
I don't blame you, bro. Not one bit. It's nice to coast. I always drive a little quicker when I'm cattle hauling for some reason. But with everything else, I like to do the speed limit, sometimes even below the speed limit. And I know I get out of hand, y'all. I got, some people call it an iron foot, lead foot, whatever. But definitely get away from me. But that's only because I'm so ridiculous about using cruise control. So if I would just use my cruise control more, we'd be fine. But I hardly ever do that until my leg gets super tired, and I'm like, okay, we'll use it for a little bit. And then we got a break, and so I turn it back off.
I get that. I try and use mine as much as possible, but as soon as I get to speed and turn it on, then I have to slow down.
Right, exactly. What always gets me is when the speed limit goes way up, like even up to 80, and then it drops down to 45, and it's always like as soon as you finally get the truck up to 80, it's like, hey, back down, buddy, reduce speed ahead. It's like, oh man.
Very frustrating.
And I won't pretend like I haven't had my moments where I'm like, screw it, we're gonna just do 80 and a 45.
Oh, me too, buddy. Me too.
I gotta send you that screenshot and post it in the truck pics, but the other day when I was trying to hurry up to get the stream going because I was already running late, I was doing 115, y'all. I was booking it. That was the fastest I've gotten the truck up to. And I've maxed out my trucks, but my other transmission, I believe, only got me up to about 105. I could get up a little higher if we were going downhill, but not much. But this one, 115, 116 on a straight road, you know, flat. That's why at the beginning of this stream, if anybody fast forwards and you're here after the stream, you will notice we were driving a little wild, but I accidentally hit over 83 easy, and you know my mentality on that. I'm gonna make those race stats worth it, or make them count. And so we were up in the 90s. It was a good time. But that helped me because I was also trying to hurry up and get that trip done so you and I could link up. I was wondering how long it had been, just because like you said, I was moving, so I was like, man, I hope I hadn't had him hanging there too long.
Nah, it wasn't too long. I just kind of messed around a little bit, painted a truck, and then I kept checking and nothing, and then once I got onto the YouTube side, it was quick, so...
10-4, brother. $670 for 184.8 gallons of diesel. That good old go-go juice. And I'm over here at the truck stop. Gonna let all our folks hop in there, grab themselves a snack, something to drink, while we wait on you to catch up. Take your time, enjoy the view. We are chilling, my friend.
I'm pulling up on you right now. Get yourself a Gray Bull instead of a Red Bull.
I'm about to go grab one of them blueberries again, brother.
That's kind of a cool name for a town, Gray Bull.
That is pretty neat. No, and I thought Shreveport, bro, Louisiana, was Shavenport. And I was, that's an interesting name. And I looked at it one more time on the job because I was trying to tell you where I had found that first one at. And I laughed at myself. I was like, that makes more sense.
Oh, yeah. When you're done getting gas, I'm gonna fill up here.
Oh, is there only one?
Yes, for some reason.
Well, that's lovely. Let me get out of your way.
Oh, no rush, bro.
Oh, good. I'm just stepping away for a second, so I didn't want to make you wait.
No problem. Appreciate that.
Alright, I am back in the saddle. I'll be ready in a minute.
Copy that.
Thank you to everybody that joined us back, or just joining for the first time. And that includes you, Easy. I appreciate you joining back into the convoy, my friend. You are a legend for that. Especially, I know you got a lot to do tomorrow, so very grateful for you. I know you may not be able to hang for the whole thing, and I don't even know how long we'll go for it. As far as me, you know, the community. I don't know how long we'll be live, but play that by ear. Oh, that's a cool statue. On the right there, there's a buck. Looks like it was made out of wood, carved.
Yeah, thanks for having me. There's a deer. I didn't see a bug, I guess. Oh, a buck. Never mind, my bad.
You confused me, bro, because I thought you said buck the first time. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's like I see a deer, not a bug. But I'm with you now.
That was too good. That's what it's like talking on the phone, especially when you're trying to get specific letters or numbers. That's when you really will start doing that P as in Peter. You know? A for Alpha. Man, I did that so much in my last job. And people would try and like other agents would call in, and there's a lot of fraud and phishing and Trojan horses and stuff like that that we dealt with on the daily, and you know, a lot of fraudulent stuff attempted. And so you had to always kind of be just vigilant, we'll just say. But people would like try and get in and not give you their credentials, which you had to get. Like, you get in big trouble for that if you didn't. Like, you could run into legal trouble yourself, you know, if you didn't cover for the customer and do all you could type of thing. And so with that, they'd be upset to give it to you like you were inconveniencing them by just doing your job, really. But with that, they'd say it really, really quick. And they'd be like, P-S-T, you know, and all things that like, so are you saying P or T? Are you saying D? Are you know what I mean? Like, and then that would be a whole thing. But that always cracked me up. I always made sure whenever I had to give stuff like that, I'd sound it out. Even if people got me the first time, I just like to make sure so people didn't have to go through that struggle with me.
Man down.
You're down?
Yeah, I clipped something on the right and that was fine.
Dude, that's not fair. You've been driving so chill. It's not even fair to you. You weren't even driving wild. You've been taking in the scenery. You've been driving like you on a retirement road trip. Oh, are you flipped though?
I'm 100% damaged. Yeah, I almost flipped. I took a wild ride. I don't know what I clipped, man. I thought I was still inside the white line, but all of a sudden I just barely clipped something, and it sent me across the road and ramped another vehicle way out in the field. I'm 100% damaged.
Oh man. You wanna meet over at the service station?
trucks. I'll see where it tows me. I'll try first, but
Yeah, I think at 100%, brother, you're going to be in a tight spot there. You'd be running into way too much mechanical problems on the trip. I think it would get frustrating for you. I don't care. I know how that is.
yeah, she won't start, and I think I'm kind of high-centered in the ditch anyway.
10-4, I'll meet you over here. Hey, this is a cool spot. It's a neat spot over here, though, man. They got a lodge, a school bus, old school truck over there.
Where are you going?
Oh yeah, they're taking me back to Grable.
Where'd it take me? You're here.
Okay, cool.
It's a neat spot, man. They got all types of symbols. I wonder what all this is for. Maybe jobs and stuff. Let's see. What's this one for?
Jeez, dude, I got 100% engine damage, 100% transmission damage, 13% chassis, 10% body, 4% tires. Trailer didn't get it so bad, but that's what it shot my wear up to. I got $56,531 just for the recommendation.
That's rough. That is rough.
Yeah, it is. I ain't gonna get anything for this run anyways after damaging the cargo like that. That's right, though. The reward is the drive. That's my silver lining.
There you go, brother. Sorry, I'm just backing up here. I'm gonna go over there.
That is a cool little farm there.
That didn't work. It is so hard to do it out of that mirror. Straight back is fine, but I'm just gonna go wide here. Hopefully we'll make it around. That's alright. Whoa, whoa, don't you do all that. You get next from us. You're fine right there. I don't even know why you're flipping on that. Just get on over here. Don't mind me, I just decided to start making a mess of things back here.
Oh, no problem. I wasn't paying attention. I was taking pictures.
Well, good. You're a good lad.
Turn right.
You know, one cool spot about that mountain map, bro, is you can get to go off-roading and kind of mudding. It doesn't feel like it, but it's got the view of it. You know, it looks like it. The aesthetic.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of a little bit of mud runner, snow runner type of vibe to it. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, bro, same. We'll get you sorted out on that for sure. Even if we gotta do another one for you one day. Just because that setup, really what I'd recommend is just well, no, because we can't do that, that wouldn't work. Think about modifying the base game file there for that engine, but we don't know which one it is.
Yeah, well, I'll get it one of these days. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll just delete my save and maybe I'll get lucky and be able to land an easy one like you. I'm gonna have to step away for 2 seconds here. I gotta go upstairs and grab my charger. My headset's going dead.
All good, man. Wherever you find a spot. You can stop right here if you want to. I don't care.
No, I'm good on this hill. Did you see that airplane come over?
I saw something in my peripheral, but I wasn't looking.
That was pretty cool. I'll be right back.
10-4. We got 654 miles to go on this run, y'all.
Alright, I'm back.
Doing, boy. Yes, sir. Oh, but yeah, I forgot. This popped back in my head just now. But when you were talking about how y'all sell plants and stuff, I don't know if I told you, but we initially went to Ace, man, because last time we were there, there was a ton of plants. And we went there and there was like, no joke, 4. And they were all on sale. So, they weren't in the best condition, to say the least. That's what I was hoping. Just get some plants there. So I was going there to get that leaf rake because I had a metal rake, but that would rip up the grass and stuff, and I wasn't going for all that. Plus, it ended up breaking on me, so I needed a new one. And I figured for what I'm planning on doing after all we've talked about so far on the stream, you know, leaf rake was more of a fit for me.
Right, and I'm glad to hear East didn't have anything. They're our competitor here in town. They're one of our bigger competitors.
Hey, there you go.
Man, them clouds look wicked.
Yeah, they do, man. I was just about to say that. Let me go to third person for a second. Wow. Whoa. Oh, great. Oh, that's really bad. Cancel, buddy. Easy help. Bro, it did that menu where you like report something, and I had no control over my truck, but because we're on a convoy, it just kept going. I was trying to get out of it, but you can't just hit escape on that menu. You have to like use your mouse and hit cancel.
Oh no, what happened? You rolled over?
No, I'm just in this ditch. Let me
Well,
see.
that's good. I'll try and get turned around here and get to you.
How in the world are we stuck right now? Oh, now my pedal's doing this mess again. Alright, let's go. I've got it in high reverse and it's going forward, but I don't know what to do here.
I'm on my way.
Problem is you're not gonna be able to bump me. I got a guardrail in front of me. I got a better chance of going forward. I'll do backward right now.
Now I'll come over and try and help assess.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. I was just trying to take a screenshot, brother. I didn't look to make sure it was the right one. Right here at that guardrail's edge over here in this corner, that's where I was. Let me fix my pedals because mashing on it messed them up.
Copy.
Alright, Jeff, we good. I just wanted to do some off-road, and you kept talking about Mud Runner. You know, got me inspired.
Right, there you go. Just take out the signs. You got it.
Then they don't know where we're headed, you know what I mean? They can't follow us. I'm thinking
There you go.
I'm thinking Smokey and the Bandit right now.
There you go. Those cops said they take the wrong turn for sure.
Oh yeah.
Go straight up. Go straight up. That's right.
I've got to find that key, and I'm taking that off. I don't want that to keep happening. I've had it happen before, but it's usually just when I'm sitting still, so it's not that big a deal. But it's way too...
I always try and go through and change them as soon as I can because I'll forget and I'll keep hitting it and doing it.
Yeah, man, it's just too close. It's too close to that screenshot key.
Go straight up.
Now, granted, I usually do pretty good about taking screenshots going down the road, but I don't want that to happen while we got a convoy going. Because if I wasn't in a convoy, it just like pause, it freezes the game. You know, like if you're going into your seat adjustment or lights, that type of deal.
Right.
Easy, I can't catch a break. The train. I thought you were further back. But yeah, I came around this corner, I was about to take a screenshot of the clouds, and then hello. It's not even as nice as the one I was wanting to get a picture of.
Go straight up.
Still nice, but you know what I mean. Those clouds are looking mean, man.
Yeah, they are.
Go straight up. That's right.
Where'd you say we was heading?
Holeville, Washington. We got 605 miles to go.
Copy that. Man, I just had a cop pull right in front of me and turn.
Yeah, I don't know what's in the air tonight, man.
I don't know how I missed him. Wow.
You'll enjoy this skybox when you get up here.
That rainbow's so cool, man. The whole sunset is awesome.
It really is. The mix with the storm clouds with the sunset is really, really nice. That's my favorite combo. Oh, here we go, man. That cloud's super dark right there. That's, wow.
Oh, yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Man, we didn't get any of those, and then here lately we've been getting a lot of them. You know, it's just really mean thunder clouds, storm clouds rather, sorry. this Ferris wheel distracted me. That's what I'm gonna blame it on anyway.
Sorry, I was taking pictures there.
You're good, bro. You know, I gotta click this steering wheel to chat with you, so I get it. It's awesome in theory. It's amazing. You know what I mean? Like, it's a 10 out of 10 theory, but when you got a 1800-degree real wheel rotation, it changes it up just a little bit. Just a little.
Yeah, I got some really cool pictures back here with that Ferris wheel and everything.
Nice, man. Looks like we got a loop coming up here. Old Laurel.
We got what coming up?
A loop. Where we're gonna go up. We headed to Butte.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that, man.
I was just saying we're taking the exit headed to Butte, Montana.
Copy that. I had my window down. My bad.
No, brother, you're good. I'm just over here yapping. Oh, this will be a good spot too for pictures, I think, once you take the little loop. Oh man. Check out the stream if you get it up. If not, no worries, but the sunset out in the distance. That is peak right there. Of course, I got some trees blocking me. Hold up, it'll clear up in a second.
Yeah, I can't do your stream with my 3 screens taken up, unfortunately.
That is another thing I was forgetting to talk to you about. With Truckee, before you pull up ATS, you should go ahead and pull up Truckee. Have it in the background. I know you won't have it up to where you can look at it. I know you like to have that. But honestly, what I use Truckee for now at this point is because we've got Yara. And if you hit F6, it'll tell you the job, the weight, where you're headed from, you know, where you're headed to, the company, all that good stuff. When you're expected. And then I just use the Truckee, obviously to track our stats, but also just to check at the end of the day, at the end of the stream usually, and see where we're at, you know, the leaderboard, that type of deal. But I do know there's a lot of cool stuff with all those widgets you can use to get a lot of cool benefits out of it. So I know that's a loss on your end on that, I do know that, but if you wanted to keep it up in the future, I think that'd be the way you could do it on your PC, because I know you were trying to do it on your phone, but you were running into some trouble. Which makes sense, and I don't think that was you on your end at all, just given everything we talked about. But I do think that may be your easiest workaround for it, where you could still have it running in the background, but you wouldn't be able to see it, you know? Because that's what I do. I've got Truckee in the background, but it's just not up. Same thing I do for YouTube Studio. Like, technically speaking, YouTube, the YouTube live stream with my analytics and everything are right behind the game right now. As far as where it's at on the windows, I don't have it over here on the side of my laptop. I got the pop-out chat up, but I don't check my views or the analytics or anything like that until the end. I just kind of say, like, what's the point? Like, that don't matter, man. I'm just here to have a good time, hang out with folks. You know, I'm grateful for everybody stopping in. You don't want to get caught up in like, oh, I've only got X amount of views and however many hours you've been live. You just take all the fun out of it that way.
Right, and Truckee automatically comes up for me. There's nothing I can do about it. I just minimize it. That way I do collect my stats.
Oh, okay, I got you, brother. I got you. So the phone was just so you could have it up. I got you. I was just making sure. I didn't know if you were having trouble keeping it up afterwards. Because even if you wanted to, and when I talk about the Truckee as well, even if you want to pull up the Truckee hub within a browser and have it in the background to where like in between jobs or at the truck stop or whatever, you can take a look at it. That's what I'd recommend too. Because that's usually just how I run it. I know when we first got Truckee, I kept it up on the widget, but now I run keeping my stream or keeping my OBS up, and then I have my pop-out chat overlaid within OBS. And then when we eventually go back to multi-streaming on Twitch and not just TikTok, that's when I'll have both those chats over here. TikTok was acting up on me for a while. I've just stayed away from it, man, because every time since I moved here, I've still got the same internet plan and everything, but since I moved here, and I did install quite a bit of cameras around my house, I won't lie about that, so maybe that's got something to do with it. But, you know, you'd think with 1,000 megabytes per second, I understand that's download and upload is what matters with streaming, but that stays pretty consistent, you know. But hopefully we can get back on the multi-streaming and don't run into any hiccups. That's my only thing, but also I've been thinking too, it may just be from that power management setting. So I'm not 100% certain. We'll see. I just really don't like stutter on my stream, man. I really don't. Because when I used to, you know, starting out, y'all, I started this channel, and I know I've said this so many times, I'm a broken record to all the loyal viewers, but just anybody new, we started on cloud-based gaming service, and if you got a really good cloud-based server, you could get away and not have too much stutter at all, but usually you were going to have stutter at some points. But ever since we've been able to upgrade and get our own PC, we're running a 4080, in case anybody's wondering. That's a common question we get asked a lot. But ever since then, it's been very nice to dial in the settings and just keep goodness the lightning on that. Wow, that was the best lightning I've ever seen in this game, man. Took up the whole sky. It like branched down like roots under a tree. It was wild.
That's awesome, man. I didn't see it.
It's right at the 1 hour 30 minute. Right before 1 hour and 31 minutes is when it showed up. If you ever want to check it out, just because I know you're a storm fellow like me. I really do. I don't have a degree or anything, but I definitely get on my like my girlfriend's told me for years. So you need to be a meteorologist because, man, when hurricane season comes around, even if it doesn't come to us, I really enjoy watching that radar, listening to all the people. You know, and I'm no expert, I'm far from it, but it is, I really do enjoy watching those radars and, you know, just keeping track of things. It's a lot of fun. I haven't done like the tornado chasing and stuff like that. I'm just not in an area where that's really prone. Now hurricanes though, that's my cup of tea, Jack.
Oh yeah, I bet you can get a lot of tornadoes from hurricanes though too.
Well, that's what I was going to say. About the only time we're going to get tornadoes is if you get a really big hurricane. Like, I can't remember which one it was. It was here just a year or two ago. But in our area, man, we had 11 tornadoes sprout up. Thank God nothing came our way or anything. But that was wild. And I think I told you this story. It's been a long time, almost a year ago now. But my girlfriend wakes me up. Alex wakes me up. She's like, honey, there's X amount of tornadoes around us. And so, you know how you are when you're in like a deep sleep and you come out of it, like you're still kind of coming to, you know, like your senses aren't all the way there. And so in my head, I processed that as we had outside in the bedroom window, there was just a massive amount of tornadoes just all over the place. And I hopped out of the bed so quick, man. I was like, we gotta get out of here. And then she was like, no, 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 it's over here, it's over here. I was like, okay. I was like, well, we'll hang tight for a second. But that was probably one of the first, probably the most intense I woke up. And I woke up a lot of intense ways, but that one, it was just like, whoa, you know, because that's Mother Nature. You know, you're not competing with that too good. This is a sweet bridge with all the fog too. Little half moon out. Love it. Spooky vibes. So like, as a community, y'all, I mean, when are y'all okay with me just going full Halloween themed? Because I got Halloween skin trailers, we got the ornament, the glowing pumpkin. I mean, I'm ready to go all out whenever y'all are, okay? I'm just going ahead and letting everybody know. We may even make a post about it on the Discord and YouTube, just because I'm huge on fall time, man. It is awesome. I was just talking with my girlfriend earlier tonight about which pumpkin patch we want to go to. They've got one that's like a full farm and everything, and it's super cool and everything, but the pumpkins, man, the quality were not what I was hoping for. I guess you'd have to get out there really, really early. Got a smoke down the right here. Got somebody pulled over.
I'm on a whole different road, man. The glitching caused me to wreck. I had to be towed.
Oh man, I'm sorry. It certainly is. I've used that saying all my life. That's one of my favorite sayings right there. It is what it is. My mom says that a lot too. I just realized I'm running with no headlights. I'm really trying to avoid the folks. Despite the fact that I'm got underglow on full bore and my trailer lights are on, but other than that, we're full incognito, my friend. That's what cracks me up is when I turn off all the lights in the truck when we go blow past the DOT or a weigh station that called us in, and we try to, you know, go by there all sneaky like. However, my, you know, cab lights are still on because I have to go to the pause menu to turn them off, you know, because they're activated under the beacon. And I know I need to change those to parking lights actually, that way I can just turn them off if that's an option, because that's what I changed the underglow to. I used to have the underglow linked to beacon. First person on this road is for the birds right now. No good clips from that. I was just clipping into a rock most of the time. See what time it is in game. It is 3:12 in the morning in game. Look at that. 11:57 where I'm at. PM, 3 minutes to midnight.
Dang, already.
It'll come up on you quick, like I tell you. I know, man, I can't believe we've already been live over an hour and a half. Going on an hour and 40. It moves quick.
No shit.
I'm telling you, man, that's why another thing too, just, you know, we were talking about Farm Sim, Red Dead, all this stuff, you know, like I've been on this one a lot too. It's like, with the wheel especially, with having all the force feedback, with Farm Sim you don't get that, you just got to increase your wheel spring strength, that type of deal, which isn't nearly what you're getting, you know, on ATS. That's no slight to FS25, but I do hope they get that down a little bit, just because I feel like that's a very, very important thing to have for, you know, a simulation game. But besides that, with the wheel and just how much I enjoy the game, it just keeps pulling me back, because it's just a lot of fun to me, for me personally, just after a long day or whatever, whether it be yard work, whatever. It's just a lot of fun to hop in the rig and go for a ride. Same thing with farming too, like, you know that. I'll do 14 hours of farm sim and I'll blink and I'll think I've been playing for 30 minutes. You know, I'm like, oh, it's getting to the next day here, you know, but at the same time, ATS, it just has a particular charm to it, man. I don't know. It's hard to put into words. You know, people that play it a lot, they kind of, you know, like, you get it. But I don't know, it's hard to explain to someone that you know, has never played it before, or may not even get the intrigue, because, like, my girlfriend at first was like, what? You just driving a truck at first? And then she's like, oh, it's like extremely detailed, and you got all these landmarks and historic points, and you can get to see parts of the country you may never have the, would just be blunt, you may never even have the interest to go to, but you can check them out in game, you know. And even better for places that you really want to check out, but you may never get the chance to go to, you know, just to be honest, right? Like, we all get that. And that, at this point, that goes for Jamaica, the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, you know. You want to go to Hawaii? Like, it's really awesome just how in-depth this game is. Then when they add road trip, then I'm really cooked, because I'm gonna be on here all the time. But I definitely want to get some farm sim. I'd really like to get you on farm sim 25, because then we could do equal parts. You know what I mean? Farm sim ATS. Just because I want to get more of a community farming vibe going, man. Don't get me wrong, the solo farming's all cool and all, but it's nice to have people to chat with, also to farm with, you know. Because when you're constantly just harvesting, then going through the motions for the field itself, and then just rinsing and repeating, you can start to feel like, even from a content standpoint, it's like, alright, you know, how long are people going to watch this rinse and repeat type of deal? You know, even if you are changing things up to a point, it starts to get repetitive, like we were talking about before. You know, one person's doing this, one person's doing that, and then, you know, everybody switches up, right? So it's not just like one person stuck with the kind of unfun job, if you will, or one they're not so interested in, but you get a chance to do something else as well, you know. And that goes for me too. I'll eventually be doing something I'd rather be doing something else with, but gotta make it happen. I just think we could really build something big there if we got, you know, a good community farm going. Just from production lines, different types of stuff. Like on Farm Sim 22, they even had like the fish farm mod you could get, and now that I'm on PC, there's no telling. And then they're adding, you know, the boats and all that stuff, and I already saw that people are making boat mods to go fishing out on Farm Sim already, so that's going to be a huge thing. I'm super, super excited for. That I've been really holding out on, honestly, because I've been super excited about that, but then I saw it's kind of future dated for a while, so we're definitely going to be hopping over there soon. But it is, like I was saying, it is also that pool of like, oh, well, I could also play with Easy, and whoever else wants to join the convoy, you know, that's got the mod list that we have. And so that's also a huge allure to it as well. Because, you know, this may not, all of our conversations may not be the most interesting, all that, right? I understand that, but at the same point, just farming hours on end, and, you know, I'll give updates like, all right, we got that done, or we're harvesting wheat, or, you know, these are our plans and stuff, but eventually that'll be that, you know, just kind of on a loop at a point. Not to say anything bad about it, because I love the simulation gaming content. That's why I made a channel for it, because I like watching it. And I'm honestly kind of different than maybe other people, because I'm like, man, the less you give me commentary, the happier I am. You know what I mean? Like, just immerse me in the sound of the machine, you know, the job you're doing, the truck, all that good stuff. But I do also like with ATS, I do like having that convoy ambiance, especially when you're playing it in the background if you don't have people to play with, that type of deal. That's when it's really awesome to have some nice CB ambiance going back and forth. It is dark out, man.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of eerie.
Right, bro? I got my brights on and I can barely see in front of me. I like how it's like 4 or 5 a.m. and it's like super, super dark. But at like 12, 1, 2 a.m. we were still doing good. But that's not terrible. Honestly, this mod is super, super awesome because you know and I know this would usually be like this pretty early on into the night and it would last for a long time. Like right now I can already tell it's starting to lighten up. And I like the nighttime, but also for streaming, like you want people to be able to see stuff. So I feel like this is like a perfect balance because it still gives you the nighttime, but you also get a lot more daytime with it. That's one thing I like about that farm sim, bro, is you can change the time scale, but I'm terrible about it because you know me, I'll do the real time the whole time. Or, you know, barely fast forwarding. So I'll spend like a real 40 hours of a week in the game and then I haven't gone through many months of the game itself. So I need to get a good balance of what to put it on, but I have played Farm Sim long enough that I know, because I've played it for probably 11 years now, 11, 12 years. But, and I'm no expert on there either, y'all. I like taking care of the animals, doing a little farming, usually optimal crops for the animals, that type of deal. This will change up a little bit just because I want to make a good profit off of the crops themselves as well. And that's where the community farm will come in. But yeah, because if we get the good community farm going, man, I'll make us the biggest pastures. Oh my goodness. I'll get us one of those wild map mods with the huge fields. We'll make a whole thing of that.
That'd be fun. I can't wait to play that game.
Yeah, man, I am ready for you to be able to play it too, because I just think, like with you especially, and anybody else that can join as well. I just say you especially because we do these ATS convoys pretty regularly. I can definitely count on you there. Not that I'm holding you to a standard, I just really do appreciate how much you do make time for the channel, whether you're watching the stream, even at work, or vice versa, you know, hopping in the convoy. But once we get on Farm Sim, man, we'll take them farms over.
Just appreciate you letting me be such a big part of it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's like, and I don't mean to say this as a slave, but I have had other people offer, like, hey man, you could join our thing, feel free to join. It's like, I appreciate it, man, but I like having our community have, you know, be able to have a big part of it, you know, and I feel like that limits you a little bit when you start just joining up with other people. And that's the same thing with like joining those other companies. You know, because yeah, I could have definitely just joined up one of the bigger companies, applied for that, and hopped in there, throwing a little tag because people recognize it. But I was like, or I can just invest in it. The same thing we did with like the Discord community server. You know, that thing sat at a couple members for the longest time, and now we literally have 50 members. And my girlfriend kind of brought that, you know, just kind of made me more mindful of it. She's like, you have 50 members in a Discord channel you create? I was like, yeah. I know, it's kind of wild, you know. Like, it's amazing. We're already closing in on 550 subs, man. This month we hit 500, and we're already closing in on 550, and that's just mind-blowing to me. It really is. It's just been an awesome experience all around.
That's a beautiful thing. Man, I had another accident, and then they took me to a place that has no repair shop.
Oh, that's wonderful. You total service, and they don't even tell you to service. What are you paying for, really, there?
I guess just to be dropped off to a payphone or something.
That was good. Oh, man. Somewhere to park your truck and stick your thumb out, brother. Hope for the best. Hopefully I come across you somewhere on the highway.
I really think the tow service guy was trying to sell me a garage, because apparently there's a garage on the backside of this for $18,000.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if you can work on your truck there.
No, but I think he's just trying to make money off me.
Which I have to say doesn't... I think we need to have an update where we can work on our trucks at our garages, but that's just me maybe.
That would kind of make sense for the garage.
Oh man.
I still think before they get too far into adding all these cars and stuff, that they still need to add, you know, the food and hydration and even restroom usage and stuff like that, where you gotta stop and do all that. I think they need to add that experience more into the simulation before they get too far with the adding cars and stuff to a truck simulator. Personal opinion.
No, I know what you mean, man, and you're valid there. I just know, and you know it too, we're gonna get the trucks first, but I do think it's gonna be, you know, the Fords. There'll probably be some cars in there, you know, some muscle cars, but I'm definitely gonna be sticking with the trucks on even the road trip side of things, just because, you know, but it is awesome, and you see it all the time, man. There's a lot of streamers that use ATS itself to download a car mod, whether it be from Steam, external, etc. And just because of how you know, expansive the map is, they can use that and just like, you know, like, because honestly, like, I know No Hesse and all that stuff is really popular, but it's like, if you want a nice game to just drive on, I don't know if there's a better one than ATS. I really don't. Like, you can drive in one direction for 6 hours. You know what I mean? You can start in Texas or Mexico and drive all the way up to Alaska if you wanted to. And that to me, I think, is also a huge part of the allure. Because yeah, you got the stuff that SES makes, but then you've also just got an amazing modding community. And I honestly, and I haven't been a part of too many PC gaming communities, but this one I haven't. I don't know if I've seen one that's like this intense. Like, you've got a heavy farm sim one as well, and I know Farm Sim 25 is just kind of getting started with the modding community there. We saw how far they took 22, so I've got high hopes for 25, especially with us getting the water, and even Giants themselves is adding fishing and boats and stuff, so I know the modders will be able to just build upon that.
Oh, for sure, dude, for sure. And yeah, I'm excited to see what all comes with the trucks and the, you know, the pickups and the cars and stuff too. And I think it'd be neat to be able to drive all over the map, take side roads, stuff like that. And I think it's cool to keep expanding the map too, especially the modding community. And that's not taking anything away from SES or nothing. They're doing awesome themselves, but it's been amazing to see an expansion since I've gotten back into it since February. All the stuff that's came to me, it's pretty neat.
Oh no, man, 100%. They are cooking. They are on top of stuff. I mean, they're just releasing awesome update after awesome update. I haven't seen, even on the posts and stuff, I have not seen complaints about like, hey, well, you need to do this and you need to be doing this. Why are you doing this? You know, it's all very well received stuff, and that's awesome because they're very receptive with those types of things, and they do pay attention. You know, that's the thing with SES that I've heard is like, you know, you do want to be careful if you're streaming the game, because they really do listen to community feedback, and so you don't want to bash something that other people in the community may like, and that's something that I always try to be careful of. I just try and, if I do talk about anything that I think could be like, hey, this could be something that, you know, maybe they look into adding or improving, etc. I try to make sure it's not something like that. Another person may be like, "What? That's what I love about the game, man." You know what I mean? Just that way I'm not stepping on toes. And also you prevent from, in the case that they do stumble upon you, because like we talked about the other day, you never know who's watching. With that, you know, I think you don't want to cause them to change something that could end up being worse than just leaving it as is type of thing. I mean,
makes sense to me. One other thing that I'd really like to see come out is some actual damage on the vehicles when you wreck and stuff. I think that'd be really neat.
I think that would be neat. I'm also one of those people that I also like my vehicle to look nice all the time. And so, you know, I already stop at service stations a lot when I get just a little bit of damage and it's not noticeable to the truck. You could imagine how much we'd be stopping if they added that. Get a little scratch on the paint, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna need to stop.
Oh, I've watched you on Farm Sim wash your tractors and stuff like that. I like my tractors and stuff all dirty looking and used, and so I'm sitting there watching you with the wand just spraying them down. I'm like, man, what a waste of time. But that's me. I'm the same way with my personal vehicles. They can be dirty on the outside. The inside's clean, but the outside can be dirty.
Oh, it's the same with my girlfriend. It's a lot better now where we're living, but before, man, I'd go out with her, and every time I'd be at the house, I'm like, take this thing to the car wash, man. Like, what is this? But with the tractors on Farm Sim, I got really big into that, because I do like the mud on the trucks and stuff. Now, once it starts getting in the way and it starts adding that kind of film over the cab itself, all your windows there, that's when I'll get like, okay, I need to rinse it off for sure. Just because when we're streaming it, right, I want it to be clear, you know, good fidelity, all that good stuff. But I also learned the dirtier your truck is, or your equipment is, the quicker it wears down in Farm Sim. And man, I don't know what it is. I don't know what I got going on, but man, my equipment will damage so quick and so easy. Like, it'll go from 0% to like 80, and I'm like, dude, I literally bumped a bush, you know? It's like, yeah, we're gonna need 100,000. Meanwhile, I've got like $80,000 in my bank account, you know?
I'm in a really bad way, man. I have no service stations anywhere near me, and I can't fast travel because I'm too damaged.
I don't even know how that happened to you. That's really strange. I haven't had that happen before, I don't think.
Yeah, me neither, but I did actually find one. It's not that far, it's still a little ways. It's going to be a long drive with the malfunctioning.
Yeah, I imagine that's going to be a little bit rough of a ride. Hopefully you can get over there, though. I'm just worried you're not going to make it over there. Like, you know, the truck just refuses to start at some point. Worst comes to worst, though.
That's the case right now.
You know, worst comes to worst, you can just cancel that thing. You know, but I know you did just drive all of it. I'm getting close to being done with mine, so I know you wouldn't have been far off from that.
Oh, I went ahead and canceled it. And my parking brake keeps engaging on its own, and it keeps saying that I'm out of air pressure.
Funny thing when you fast travel sometimes, because we've got the air brake simulation on. One time I think it was the ferry. Yeah, it was the ferry. Fast traveled and my air brakes were acting like they had been on the brake sharks. I don't know if it's something to do with the fast travel loading screen or whatever, if those brakes are just super hard activated traveling across the map or whatever, but that was funny to me because it was beeping at me and I had to wait a little bit and then, you know, they filled back up.
Yeah, it's beeping at me too. I think I'm just gonna have to switch trucks and then switch back.
Yeah, that'd probably be your best move there. Sorry, I keep yawning over here. Unintentionally. And I've got a bus that's taking up both lanes, and I got a truck behind it. And I don't feel like trying to push this bus and truck to get onto this little ramp. So don't feel bad. HSP, what we call it for the night. Don't feel like having to close it and open it back up just to finish this up real quick. I can finish this one up before we start the next stream because we're right around the corner from it.
You're yawning and stuff, I understand if you want to crash out, just let me know. Don't worry about taking off early or anything, I get it.
Yeah, brother, I was thinking just after that, you know, you ran into your stuff, which I know you're a trooper. You just switch trucks, repair it, we'd be good, we'd be back for the races, but it is after 12, it's 12:21. I didn't even realize that this roadblock, so to speak, made me check the time, so I think this would be a good stopping spot. Give me time to wind down and then get over to the shop early in the morning, get some plants, man, and then depending on once I get that wrapped up, might be able to hop on stream tomorrow. That's what I'm hoping for anyway.
There you go.
But with that, Easy, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday tomorrow, man. Hope everything goes wonderful. Everybody else watching, thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you for all the likes, chatting with me tonight. Hope you all have a wonderful Sunday as well. Y'all stay safe, and I will catch you all tomorrow.
Good night, God bless y'all.
Hopefully we will see you maybe tomorrow, Easy, or Wednesday. I know Monday, Tuesday you normally work a little later, but it has been a pleasure as always, my friend. You stay safe out there.
Likewise, my friend. Good night.